Good evening and welcome to the Fate of Drakkenheim. This is the Dungeon Dudes weekly D&D 5th edition actual play campaign. My name is Monty Martin and I run the game as DM.
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin playing Wilhelm von Kessel, the human swashbuckler rogue, and we're joined today by our good friends.
Jill Denitis playing Rudy Whitaker, the Shifter Eldritch Knight.
And Joe O'Gorman playing Wrath, the Aasimar Warlock.
We also got tons of great content over on YouTube if you want to check out the Dungeon Dudes YouTube channel for all your favorite guides to playing D&D and running the game as well. So check that on out.
You can also join us on Tuesday nights when we broadcast the campaign on Twitch. You can check us out from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube or check us out as an audio-only podcast as well.
And with that, let us dive back into the world of Drakkenheim.
Drakkenheim is no more. The devastation which fell upon that accursed place left a kingdom in ruin. Now, horrors lurking in the haze grow ever more great and terrible, while simmering tensions between rival factions boil over into outright war. The power of monarchs, mages, and priests hangs in the balance. 6 unlikely heroes join forces to confront the coming chaos. They shall decide, once and for all, the fate of Drakkenheim.
When last we left Wilhelm, Rudy, and Wrath, they had found a otherworldly chamber deep within a frozen temple dedicated seemingly to the entity they know as Bruce. Destroying the mechanical guardians that were keeping rifts sealed in this chamber, now they spill out, and from these rifts you feel your hearts begin to beat again as the strange flow of time, or whatever considers time in this bizarre place, resumes. Bruce, upon the pedestal, wakes up purring as the other quantum cats slink back through the rifts to hunt in places unseen. The rifts themselves so suffuse this area that reality itself feels multi-layered here, as if they have opened to the point that they overlap upon one another, showing realms of possibility. And even as you breathe and step, you feel every mote of possibility with every move you make. Meanwhile, as the form of the gatekeeper corrodes back into rust, all that is left behind is the circular golden plate, which rests on the ground with the side that you read face down, now revealing the other side that would have been inside, facing the inside of the creature's body, plainly visible. The delicate elven runes etched on the inside.
There's
Something on there.
is it
I can touch it now.
Did
I
you do the ritual again?
I think it's still going.
I approach the ring, not touching it. I'm afraid of it. But I take out my rapier and kind of poke it a bit, and then lean forward to read the inscription on the inside.
The story continues, telling of how, for a time, the rats were devoured by the cats, who hunted and kept the elves clean and fine. But over time, the cats grew in number. And while many of the cats lived with the elves as companions and friends, staying in their homes, more and more cats would come seeking to feed and hunt upon the rats that had gathered around the humans. But as more and more of the cats came, there were not enough rats for the cats to eat. And so the cats ate the birds and the rabbits and the other creatures that they could find. Some of the creatures that the elves kept and loved very dearly. And the cats brought their own sicknesses too, for as there were more cats than the elves could keep in their homes, the cats wandered the streets, feral and uncontrolled. And as they found more what rats they could in time, the cats did not hunt the rats as much, instead preferring the rabbits and the birds and the squirrels and the chipmunks and all the other creatures that they could hunt that the elves did not think were pests or rodents. And so in time, the elves resolved that they could not rely on the cats and took them away. And then the rats came back.
Uh-oh.
I read this out loud. So, as I was saying, once the cats take care of the vermin, and there's less vermin because there's more cats, the cats will feed on things other than the vermin.
But eventually they took him away.
What if... I mean, how do we take them away? We're playing with unknown things here. This is...
Our destiny is not written on this golden sheet. What we have here is an ill omen written by a powerful machine. It is but one of many choices, one of many realities that can exist as we stand in the thin place where infinite possibilities. This is just but one avenue.
It is a warning, though.
It is warning. And I'm wondering if maybe Moonbane might know. He's an elf. He might have some kind of recollection of being connected to the elves this way. Maybe he has some sort of knowledge more. I don't know. Is he the only elf we know?
We know if he's the oldest elf we know, that's for sure.
Sebastian's mom was an elf.
Sebastian might have heard stories. Perhaps we could ask him.
He can talk to his mom or something. I heard about the pillows or
Right.
blankets or something that he eats.
He eats pillows whenever he speaks to his mom. So we'll give him a fresh pillow.
I need you to know that is not a magic thing.
Do you eat pillows to
You eat
gain
pillows?
power?
That is not the equivalent of consuming material components. That
Sounds like that's exactly what that is.
That is a different
consuming.
choice.
We offer
pillows.
Sebastian a pillow and ask him to ask his mom about the cats. We should not open any rifts until we know more. We should talk to Voltar Banemoon. He's got to be somewhere. We haven't seen him since the Academy took over the lighthouse.
As the rifts fill the space, suspended in the central portal is a spherical gem, not unlike the eye of a cat. Bruce raises a languid paw and looking at Wrath, gestures towards the sphere before hopping down off his pedestal and coming to follow Wrath again.
How are you, Bruce? How do you feel?
Bruce says to you in your mind, "You have done well."
I didn't hear it. Like, we're just discussing.
Why are you grabbing him?
Yes, Wrath.
I'm ignoring you again.
We go back to talking.
You have opened the door that waits in the city for me. This will bring me there. Take it and bring it to that tower in the fallen city. Use it, and I will come to the city with my kin.
When you get there, do you plan to feed?
Yes.
I humbly accept your gift, Master. And I approach the and I reach out and I attempt to pluck the eye from the portal.
It is quite cool. Holding it in your hand, you know what you need to do. You need to take this to the inscrutable tower in Drakkenheim.
Mm-hmm.
And there, the link between Castle Draken, the cat door that you left in Dreamland, and the power of the inscrutable tower, this will let you open the way for Bruce.
Perfect.
Bruce purrs warmly.
Yeah, so I just got this gem, and it's just a regular gem.
Wrath. May not know this about me. You can tell when you're lying.
You are possessed by a demon from the Nightmare Realm.
You're not wrong.
I believe that can be also a pressing issue.
I want to go home.
Bruce is satisfied. He thanks you both. You have freed him from his constraints.
I hope you can tell him that we don't want to regret this later, so please Bruce.
So those words are what you think, but Rudy says, "That sounds fantastic. I can't wait. We should do it as soon as possible."
I want to go home.
Rudy, I really admire your pep for this. We should head to the inscrutable tower.
I'm willing to help in whatever way I possibly can.
Thank you, Rudy.
Rudy?
Thank you, Rudy. Rudy, I'm really happy that you're on my side.
Always.
Come, Wilhelm.
We need to think this through. Why are none of you thinking this through? Before we go opening what? You do what? You go to the inscrutable tower and do what?
Look, that is the next step in my plan. When I am there.
The Academy doesn't even like us right now. How are we gonna wait?
When
Sebastian
I'm there,
has an apartment there.
It will be revealed what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, but what if what you're supposed to do is not what if Bruce is evil? Okay, what if
What
Bruce,
really is evil?
what?
Yes, evil is a construct by mortals to define good and bad actions.
I literally have a book of rules defining...
Written by a mortal who is trying to define good and bad. The choices that he makes are good, and the choices that others make are bad.
Rules are just written by men.
Mortals.
You know, what are they really?
Bruce sees
Constructs.
through this. He is something that is omnipresent. He is everywhere. He is always. He sees beyond that which lives even 100 years is but a speck in existence.
Rule number 99, whenever given a difficult choice, the option that helps the most people is the correct choice. Freeing Bruce might not be the correct choice. It might not help people. We just read a thingy that said that when they were finished eating the rats, they ate other things. What are they going to eat? Are they going to eat people? Maybe.
What's the timeline on that help, though? They could really help him at the beginning and then maybe not help him after so much, so...
Rudy, you can give me a charisma saving throw.
Ooh. 6.
Yeah, you're hearing this thing say words out of your mouth that you are not... How does Rudy feel about this?
Oh, she's burning!
The creature in your mind says, it'll be fine. I don't mean any harm at all. I'm just... I just want to get out of here.
I can clearly see that because you're saying things that are not what I want to say.
Well, just try to sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. I'm not going to let anything hurt you or harm you. I'm in here too.
I'm gonna tear you limb from limb when I get you out of here.
I don't really have limbs except for your own.
I just growl.
I mean, you can growl as much as you like in there, but I mean, how are we gonna deal with this this friend of yours with one eye? He really doesn't seem to be too happy about this situation. Who is he?
What do you deal with him? We're not dealing with him.
Well, he's got some doubts. Like, maybe we should just kill him. He seems to be really upset with this whole situation, and I think if we just killed him, it would make it a lot simpler.
If you touch him while controlling me, you're gonna wish you were been sent back to this realm that you're from.
I'm sure your purple-haired friend would be more than happy to help take this guy out.
He would not be happy to take him out. He would actually be quite upset because he'd be losing.
Maybe we should ask him.
I just want you two to know that despite everything, I'm glad that I have you here, and I hope that the next little bit clears some things up. I think that we should keep in mind rule number 97, never argue with the wisdom of those who know more than you. We should talk
Exactly.
to
You shouldn't,
Walter.
because I'm older than you. And Wrath, I mean, I think Wilhelm's having a lot of doubts about Bruce. I think we might not need him in this next stage of our, letting Bruce out.
Rudy? What?
Listen, I'm tired of fighting against you and your rules. I think you need to get on the same page as where we're going with Bruce.
I am in such admiration of your devotion to Bruce. Although I believe Wilhelm is a passenger and a comrade. Right, Wilhelm? You're on board with this.
I seem to see him putting on the brakes is what I'm seeing.
Interesting.
Rudy.
Wilhelm, if it helps, this, I believe, is the salvation of Drakkenheim. This could save the very city you wish to rule.
I'm like backing up from you two as you're talking.
The entity says, wait. Says to Rudy, wait, rule? He's a ruler?
I mean, he has rules that he follows, just like we all do.
If I'm going to be king of Drakkenheim, then you two need to listen to me.
He's a king.
Not yet. He's not yet.
Westomer together.
Technically, he's not.
Oh no. We need to band together under a single banner. We need to agree on these things. or I'm not future king of Drakkenheim, Wilhelm von Kessel.
The entity says to you, Rudy, it's been fun, but I think he'll be more useful to me than you. Hold him down.
Don't you dare! And I grab you.
Rudy, why?
Okay, make a grapple check, pose grapple check.
Oh.
Do I roll strength?
You roll acrobatics against Rudy's athletics.
15.
Oh, wait. I'm proficient. I can't roll less than a 10. 25.
Okay, Wilhelm slips out of Rudy's grasp. Do you have any spell slots remaining?
Yes.
I draw my blade.
Second and third.
It makes you become Big Rudy.
Oh no!
I run.
Get back here!
I start running. I use my bonus action to dash towards the exit.
How can Rudy close the distance?
I
Do you
can
have another
dash.
spell slot?
I have a third level spell slot.
It uses it to Misty Step up to Wilhelm and try to grab him again. Now you have advantage though, because you're enlarged. Reduced.
Ooh!
Still can't beat 25.
I got 25.
I also get 25.
Okay, it's a tie. As Wilhelm tries to wriggle out, the creature begins to pull itself out of Rudy and try to invade into Wilhelm's body.
Can I warn him?
Wilhelm, give me a charisma saving throw.
I wish I had a luck point right now. Okay, it's gonna be okay. I'm not not feeling that die. Let me just...
What is Wrath doing while this is happening?
This is like, so all this has happened in like just moments. So Rudy goes to grab Wilhelm. Wilhelm bolts. Big Rudy teleports over. So where are they right now on the
By the door.
And so I'm just I turn around. I'm watching. Because I know that Rudy was possessed. I want to see what... I want to wait for this creature. No, I want to see this creature come out. Come out.
I've chosen my die.
Okay.
I get a 22.
All right. The
Thank you.
creature emerges from Rudy's body and it tries to invade your mind. But as a result, it is caught between the two of you and appears in space. What do you do, Wilhelm?
I brutally stab it.
Okay, go for it.
17.
That does hit.
Rudy's
This
there.
monstrous creature, it's like a serpentine thing that then ends in a torso that is almost like a skull-like face covered in many eyes. It has two large pincer-like limbs and then several smaller hands running up it.
34 damage.
It screeches with an eerie screech, and it turns around and it attempts to grab onto you, Wilhelm, with its pincers, getting a natural 1 and a 18 to hit.
No, I knock its hands away and I start punching it. We're just fist fighting.
In seeing that its attempt to possess you has not worked super well, Rudy, you feel its grip has loosened on you. What do you do?
I want to attack it. I want to go. I say, "Oh, you made a mistake now, boy!" And I just start like going at it. So, do I get my regular attack? Yeah. Okay. Ooh, 20 to hit.
It does hit it.
27 damage.
Okay. It begins to discorporate Wrath, what do you do?
I want to cast Hold Monster on it.
What does it need to succeed?
A 20 wisdom.
It gets a 19, and it's held in place.
And I say, feed. And I call out to the cats from the other dimensions.
They devour it.
So I imagine they
Yeah.
burst through and enjoy their meal as it is held in place.
Rudy?
I'm like still big Rudy.
Rudy?
How did both of you forget that I was possessed?
But Wrath said it offhand during the I didn't see anything. You seem normal.
Very clear about the whole situation.
Until this conversation, I just took that as Wrath saying random Wrath things.
And you think I would just agree with Wrath in full? I mean, sometimes I agree with him, but only in part.
I was questioning you, but I don't know. I didn't think that there was a skull snake inside of you.
Just think I would take you out if you weren't agreeing with Bruce's plans?
I don't know what's going on. This is all very overwhelming.
I felt like it was a huge improvement overall with our social interaction.
Wrath, I don't need your sass right now. What I needed you to do is get that demon out of me.
Rudy, I'm glad you're back.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
I mean, very hurt. I'm not feeling. I need a nap.
You weren't even possessed. You were just gonna let that happen?
I was waiting for the opportunity to steal it.
You're always waiting for the opportunity. I could have died. I could have had that thing go inside of me, and then what? Then what? We have possessed future King Wilhelm?
We do not need to worry. In the inscrutable tower, we have many ways to remove possessions. We have many friends and allies. This is not the place to deal with it.
And Wrath, what if I had hurt you, or had hurt my kid? If we'd come upon them, if we'd not known.
I had the situation totally under control.
Wrath, you are playing with fire. You have nothing under control. You are not in control. Bruce is controlling you, and I don't like it.
Then why are you here?
I'm here for answers.
And these are the answers that we've been given.
These bring up more questions, Wrath. How can you... I understand your loyalty to Bruce, but you need enough rational thought to question the motives of an entity that you know very little about. I understand that it's helped you along the way. What is its goal? What is its purpose? What does it want? You are stronger than you think you are. You are braver than you think you are. You have made it here not because of Bruce, because of you.
Inspiring.
That is an inspiring speech. We all get 17. No,
Need him? I need him.
It's not Bruce and his little minion, Wrath. You are powerful. You are smart, and you are smarter than letting an entity that you don't know always tell you what to do. Even as a friend, we can argue, you can disagree with me, and you can do the same as Bruce. If Bruce is your friend, he'll understand if you question him. And if he isn't going to be okay with that, then he's not a friend.
You look at Bruce. Bruce yawns.
Bruce is not my friend. I know this. And that is okay. Now, if you want to save Drakkenheim, and you need to do what you need to do is something bigger than conversations and favors and exchanging opportunities. This is the solution to the problem. This is why he has come. This is not about me. This is about saving this planet. And if you do not have what it takes, then I must continue this alone. But can't you see the writing? They have warned us. There are absolutely going to be challenges and issues with this path. But all paths have it. We had no qualms using delirium when it served our purpose. We had zero issue trusting those that eventually betrayed us. We walk this path and then we deal with the consequences when they become apparent. But right now, he is our salvation. He is our solution. And we can use him to help take back the city.
Listen, Wrath, I get it. We gotta walk a path, and it's gonna be a difficult path. It's not gonna be always that we agree on everything. But you know what? I thought we were walking this path as friends. I thought we were walking this path with the same goal. And I hope that I can still trust that if I'm in a place that recognizes that I'm not acting myself, that you don't take advantage of that like you just did.
This was an unfortunate circumstance, but I will tell you what I know. And I'm gonna hold the cat eye. This will bring Bruce to the city. This will give him access to Drakkenheim. And we can use this to allow him and his kin to rid the city of its infestation.
Which infestation?
The rats, the monsters.
But not the delirium.
Once we destroy the delirium, once we destroy the creatures, then we can solve for the delirium.
But the delirium is causing the creatures.
Once we destroy the creatures, we can allow the Illyrians to get rid of the worst places.
I mean,
Bruce needs a place to feed, and that place is overrun. The balance is out of harmony. We need to restore harmony.
Wrath, there is some sense here, and I don't agree fully with this plan. But I respect you, and I always will. And you do have a valid point that we need to choose a path and we need to walk it, and there is no easy choice. That I respect. Perhaps clearing the city of its vermin enough that we can make our way to the Delirium Heart and destroy it. Perhaps Bruce gives us an opening to make it possible. What I don't know is what happens after that. But if you believe in this so much,
This
then
can help you.
I don't know about that, but it can help you. You're my friend.
I will give you one more. When we were beneath the castle, Bruce helped me close the doorway.
Yes, and we thank you for that.
We saw you do it.
And I'm going to reach in and pull out the key. It can be opened again.
That's your rod yeah, I've seen you use it to cast spells. It's pretty cool. Do you have a spell to open the rift again?
It is the key. It can open the doorway. We can allow Bruce access. That is what he has charged me with. That is why we are here.
Wrath. You told us that the rift was closed.
It is closed, and only I can open it.
Why weren't you forthcoming with this information months ago?
It was not relevant.
It seems relevant.
Now that there's the opportunity to open it. Before, it was simply a key to a door to nowhere.
Wrath, I'm asking you this. I want to hear you. Are Rudy and I, do you see us as friends, as allies, as partners, as equals? Or do you see us as a means to fulfill your own goals?
As I have said before, I do not believe that Bruce is my friend.
I'm asking about us.
He is my master. He has shown me power. I am not at the same level as Bruce. He is something much bigger than I will ever be. For both of you, yes, I see you as friends. And I would not tell you this if I didn't trust you with this knowledge. This thing that I have to carry so close. You have seen things that others will never see. Your eyes have been opened. And we have the opportunity to save the city. I did not know what would be here. I just knew that I had to come. And you have seen what I have seen. And many have not seen what we have. There are many that have failed before us. We met them before this chamber. And they also looked for that power. Now we get to choose how that power is used. And when I, but what I really mean is we, and that is me growing and learning to include, I believe that we can save the city.
I think we haven't had an answer to how we save our world yet. We've been fighting back and forth, and I'm not saying this is the only way. I'm not saying this is the right way, but I think it may be an option. And I think before we go making any hasty decisions, we gotta get the knowledge, Wrath. We gotta understand the consequences of our actions. Just like your rule, and help the many, yada, yada, yada.
Can we at least agree on one thing? That this is probably better than that Jackson fellow riding around on a dragon. This is probably a better idea.
I mean, that seems like a wild dream there. Like,
yeah, I don't see that as like,
no.
Yeah, that's not even a...
I can see it as an option.
Wrath.
Could be both options.
Could be a mix. I can't imagine it.
Wrath, as your friend, we've established that. I'm open to this idea.
Friend.
Will you be open to my suggestion that we bring this information to our most trusted allies?
That is difficult.
We need... Voltar Banemoon might know something about this. Sebastian could talk to his mom and might know more about this. We need a bit more information from somebody that isn't Bruce.
The challenge is that when you begin to involve these other mortals, they haven't seen what you've seen. They haven't seen his power. They are quick to judge. They make rash remarks about his power. You understand that this is not a cat.
If it wasn't apparent before, It is now.
Because so many are so blinded by the visual that they don't see the big picture. And I know that you have both, after coming through all this way, that I know I can trust you.
Can we at least bring Sebastian Veo and Pluto into this?
That is, I'm willing to compromise. Yes, there are some that can know, but mark my words, as soon as you involve others, as soon as it becomes a deliberation, we lose the action. This is a chance, my friends, to seize back the city with one that we know.
There's another complication, Raph.
What's that?
I only have a few months to talk to all the other dukes if we want Illyria's help. If we go straight to Drakkenheim now, we abandon that quest and we lose Illyria's support. And then
we're not fighting just rats anymore. I think we need to deliberate at least among ourselves. We need more information. I think rats are all about gaining knowledge. Why is it so? Why are we just making decisions without gaining more knowledge?
Fair.
Right?
I am okay with learning more, but we need to act quickly.
Of course, things are changing quickly, but we also need to make sure we're acting with the right information.
we have gained two major assets. We have the cat eye, and we have the perfect geode from the crater. Both of which are offering possibilities to help us with the city. We need to figure out what to do with these.
Is the cat eye what Bruce wanted?
Yes.
It was the relic?
We also have to deal with my cousin, who also wants this, and figure out what's up there.
We cannot let her have it. And this is what I mean. The more that know, even telling you is compromised. This. I find that mortals deal with blood allegiances so on. I know. I have many flaws. You have to understand. I do not see the same relationship to family as you do.
I've heard.
And these distant relations, by name, by association, do not make sense to me, where you would put your trust in individuals that have their own intentions and may not reciprocate.
Raph, you underestimate me. I came to Helig to meet my cousin, who has the strongest military force in Westamar. Me being friendly and using my family ties was a means to build a stronger bond to gain access to the strongest military force. But if my cousin, not only am I now questioning what she wanted with this crystal, she clearly would have no knowledge. This isn't a family crypt.
No. She lies to you, and if she knows that we have this relic, do you not think she would, in one moment, turn her great and powerful force against you?
Also, if she is at all like you, then by the edicts of Lumen, she cannot be on that throne.
I mean, depends. If there's a magical being that gives her magic, I guess.
She
Yeah.
talked to her cat a whole lot, and I'm starting to really question that.
Yeah.
It might not be a cat.
Like this,
I guess from what you told us, you didn't really have power before meeting Bruce either, so.
No. That is why I have so much respect for Bruce. And for our journey, and for what it's worth, I have so much respect for both of you. We would not be here. We would not know these things. I would not hold this in my hand if it wasn't for you. So thank you.
Just remember that next time you let a demon go
Do not let.
in my mind,
I
okay?
did not let. We were dealing with it as it came up.
I want you to know that he yelled that at me, but there were quantum cats jumping around. There was a large one-eyed...
Yeah, I'm totally new.
You gotta learn to multitask with your mind,
I
alright?
couldn't focus. He said, she's possessed, and then you went and killed the giant monster.
I said, oh yeah, she's possessed. Like, there was a very clear...
It's very distinct. I heard it.
I casually and very easily identified.
And yesterday, somebody said, you should kill Rudy. She is possessed by this other entity, and you weren't. So all signs were pointing to the fact that this was just Wrath saying things that Wrath says. So I'm sorry.
I am also sorry, Rudy. I did not mean any ill. I was aware of the situation.
Alright.
Can we just like walk out of here? Is this a situation that we can just leave? Can we? Is Bruce?
I mean, I would love to just spend some time in the room, kind of checking things
The
out.
open portals?
Yeah,
Well,
Alright.
I'm sure it's fine.
I mean, a demon came through. A demon, I don't know if it was a demon, but something possessed came through.
Yeah.
perhaps on that note, it is worth us hearing from Sebastian, Veo, and Pluto.
Oh!
We return to Helig, where Sebastian, Pluto, and Veo are guests of the Countess Sophia von Sneestrom, staying in the dark castle of Helig. It is the evening, and a great snowstorm has rolled in since earlier in the day when Wilhelm, Rudy, and Wrath departed for the quarry. Your time in Helig has thus been rather uneventful. The castle is cold and somewhat drafty. The hospitality, not much better. At least from the attendants. Sophia von Sneestrom herself is rather aloof and guarded, though several times as you wander the castle grounds, you think you spy in the corner of your eye her cat, the snow lynx, watching you intently. What are our three heroes doing as with their time in Helig?
Question.
I was tasked with keeping an eye on this cat. So every time I see the cat, I've been following it. I've been trying to catch glimpses of it. I have Crowley as a second set of eyes. Maybe I'm even walking the halls with Reaper, giving him little pets and treats to... I know that I can only summon him once a day, but for the purposes, having my dog around just to help keep eyes out for this cat. I have notes, and I've written 8 times, cat cleaning self and meowing for food. But that's about all that I've observed.
Through the day, the cat has certainly eyed Crowley more than once, lapping its tongue against its whiskers in hunger and anticipation, only to be growled off by the sight of Reaper. And thus, though observing the cat in the times that you've had, give me an Arcana check.
It's going to be an 18.
This creature is almost certainly a familiar. Several times, you think that you have sicked Reaper on it, and are pretty sure that it caught the cat. That Reaper caught the cat, and the cat
Came back.
The cat came back the very next day. Thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. It just wouldn't stay away. And you suspect that maybe the cat got Crowley at least once.
It's okay, Crowley.
The familiar
Cycle.
The familiar cycle. Yeah. What about Pluto? What's Pluto been up to?
So I actually imagine that I'm helping Sebastian. So I can picture moments when you're like using your goggles and you're watching the cat. You're like 3:55, Tuesday. No comment. And I'm writing it down, and I'm just like following you around, like keeping diligent notes and writing down your observations about the cat. Like I'm being like a really studious like helper, and that way we can like kind of hang out too. Still,
we're like an investigative team. You're
Holmes
like
and Watson.
yeah, you're not wearing your armor. You're in casual wear, but you still have your helmet on.
Crown.
I'm trying to be
It's a crown.
sneaky, but like guards just keep going by, being like, "What are they
You're
doing?"
like sneaky, and like you pop your head around a corner, and then I pop in below you.
Yeah. Da, da, da. Yeah.
What about Vale?
Stalking.
I want to get a better reading of like the guard schedules or like how things are running within the, I don't know, castle? Is it a castle?
Sure. Yeah, it is a castle.
And kind of surrounding. I want to try to be stealthy about it and yet come out of my stealth for regular snacks.
Okay. Well, Vale, in that case, first, give me a perception check.
20.
Okay. Now give me a stealth check.
18.
Okay. For the most part, you are able to keep out of sight of most of the guards as you case around the castle. Slinking around through the halls, observing their patrols, you notice one thing. The keep of the Helig Castle is a central square keep with several towers adjoining it. And like the castles of many nobles in Westamar, the often individual towers are appointed for individual purpose by some dignitaries or individuals. And it is not uncommon, for you've been in several towers, for one of the towers of the castle keep to be dedicated to the court mage of the castle. You notice, as you patrol around, that one of the towers is almost certainly the mage tower, but there has been no sign of a court mage while you've been here in Helig. And this tower in particular, the guard patrol is notably more protective of this tower. So despite the fact that you surmise, getting the lay of the land of Helig's castle, that this would be the steward's tower here. This is probably their guest tower. This is the main keep where the Duchess's actual apartments would be. This might be the administrative of the Knight's Tower. And pretty sure, like, putting it together, you grew up in Castle Draken. You know enough about these that would be a conservatory tower or a mage tower or a library tower. There's been no signs of a court mage at all. No representatives of the Amethyst Academy. And yet this tower is clearly occupied or defended in some way, shape, or form.
Interesting. I note. I note it. And
What if you were to try to like approach it? So if I was just casually walking down the hallway towards the...
I assume that you kind of all have come together to share what you've discovered so far.
Say, Pluto, I need you to just walk up, and I'm going to watch. I need you to see what happens if you try to get in there.
Got it.
Okay. Sebastian, distract the cat while we do this.
I sick Reaper on the cat and chase it down a hallway, getting rid of the cat for Pluto to...
And so I'm just gonna walk down the hallway towards where Vale believes the
Yeah, what would be the
court
main
mage
entrance to the tower? Yeah.
And is there like a posting?
Yeah, there are guards that are posted at the tower. There's a pair of them that are on the doors.
At ease. And I just go to walk right through.
One of the guards, a stout soldier with a closed helm and a big furry beard, says, "Beg pardon, sir. This is our post, and we are to let none enter. I'm very sorry, but you are guests in these halls. But this is off limits to our guests."
Off limits? Oh no! Was there murder?
No, not at all. Just these are. This used to be the mage tower here, and the Duchess does not currently have a court mage, and thus the rooms and the offices here are by rights for the Amethyst Academy, and so we're not sure what might be in there, but we are supposed to keep any interlopers out of it.
Interloper?
The Academy. Guess those mages keep, whatever spell books or anything that might be here for whoever gets posted here. Hasn't been a court mage in Healing in 15 years, but who knows what's left in there. Best not to... Prince Pluto, don't worry about it. There's nothing to worry about here. It's mostly dusty old books.
Oh, don't you just hate mages? Always showing off with all their magic. Man, not like us regular guys, am I right? You, regular guy. Me, regular strong guy. Just a couple of strong guys standing in a hallway, not doing magic.
Hey.
I'm being relatable. This is my relatable. I'm getting on their level. Look, I've got my own castles. We've got Drakkenheim. I just gotta see, I gotta get a lay of the land. You know what I mean. You need to know how these things work in case of defense. It's so in my bones. It's just really important that I just take a walk through. I don't touch anything. No one needs to know. It's just a couple of strong guys. You know what I mean?
Give me a persuasion check.
With commanding presence, adding a D10. I get a 6.
The guard responds.
Sorry, a 5.
The guard responds, "You arrogant Caspians think that you can just walk into any castle like it's your own personal palace. Go eat some yellow snow."
Oh!
I'll tell you one thing. You insult Caspians. You know that we're some of the strongest. I bet you guys can't even... I bet you I could take... there's 2 of them?
Yeah.
I bet you I could take both of you in an arm wrestling contest.
That may be true, but you sunny Caspians couldn't last 2 hours out in the cold up here. Why do you think you all spend all your time down south?
Is that a challenge?
They look at each other and realize kind of what they've said. No, it's not. It's a fact.
All right. How about this? We go outside right now. I'm gonna do 2 hours of push-ups in the snow. I'll even let you count. And then, if I win and I can last out there, you let me take a look around in the tower.
You're gonna do 2 hours of push-ups in the middle of a blizzard.
Yeah. What? You guys have been up in the cold so long your ears don't work? I said I was gonna do 2 hours of push-ups in the blizzard. Oh, I bet you... Sorry. We do feats of strength, not feats of standing around guarding some old mage tower.
All right. Give me an intimidation check.
Commanding presence. Come on. 15.
One of the guards said to the other, Are you going to let him talk to us like this? This Caspian fuck comes up here and muscles around on us? One of the other guards says, Rud, we're just guards. This guy's trying to get us angry. It's like, no, I'm not going to stand for this. Yeah, you go sit. Yeah, if you can last 2 hours doing push-ups in the snow, whatever. Yeah, we'll let you in.
Sure, come on, let's go do it right now. I'm up for it.
He points to the window by the arrow slit that looks at the castle wall. Yeah, just head down out there. We can see you through here.
What, you can't hawk it in the snow? You can't hawk it in the blizzard?
I'm going down there. I'm gonna go find someone to take our post while we watch this. So one of the angry guard, I guess his name is Rud. He comes down and it's like, all right, come on,
Rud.
Rud is like, all right, let me see this.
So we walk out. I gotta walk down the hallway.
Yeah, and Auric, the other guard, dashes off to find someone else to take the post.
Probably Paul. Paul's gonna replace Rudd.
Probably, yeah.
Probably get Paul.
Yeah.
While you want,
No, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, while he's doing this, I see this happen, and I'm like, good distraction, Pluto. And what I want to try to do is like get up on the rooftop and see if I can find like some sort of finch or bird. Are there any windows? Sorry, on the tower.
There are windows on the tower. It is your standard round tower, and because of the cold, they are windows that are shuttered over, and they do have glass in them because obviously insulation and heat. But there are chimneys as well.
Okay, so I was thinking
Because the whole castle does need to be heated.
I could beast sense into some sort of small bird and like fly it into. So I look like I'm just kind of like meditating on the roof
Oh.
while this bird like goes in through some sort of entrance and looks around.
Interesting. Any prized canaries?
Like,
You can release it from
is there any?
Yes.
Or a mouse?
Remember, though,
Even a mouse?
Beast sense doesn't let you control the beast.
Oh.
We do have Crowley.
Oh, yeah.
Or just
But I'm off. I'm just...
Either that or you know what, my other idea was like if that doesn't work, invisibility to sneak by these guards as they're changing.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to use cast invisibility on yourself.
On myself.
Is there a moment when there's no one at the post?
With invisibility, she'll have a perfect
Okay.
opportunity. Yeah.
To like sneak by them through the door.
The door is locked. Do you have these tools?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What do I need to roll? I have proficiency.
It's your dexterity plus your proficiency bonus.
17.
You're able to swiftly. This is not a well-maintained door, surprisingly. Creaks open into the waiting room of the mage tower. Sebastian, what are you going to do in the midst of this?
So I've chased the cat off. And I come back and everybody's gone. Including one of the guards.
You can hear me talking.
Yeah, you're like walking down a hallway, like, come on, I'll do the
Smack
push-ups.
talking. Down the.
And I like look around, I don't see Vale anywhere. For the sake of flavor, I'm really vibing with this idea that occasionally Reaper can exist in this world when I'm not summoned him as like a pet. I just like having him around. Is that allowed?
With a specific, what purpose do you want to have Reaper do?
Well, I just want him to be with me, but also I was thinking of casting Seeming to make him look like the cat, and me look like Sophia von Schneestrom.
Sure, here's what we'll say. If you want Reaper to exist in this world, you need to send Crowley's energy in there. So Reaper counts as Crowley,
Okay.
and Crowley is dismissed.
Crowley's gone.
Yeah, but under these circumstances, Reaper is essentially using familiar stats.
Cool. And he's just my boy Reaper.
Yeah.
I just like the idea of having a shadow dog around. But yeah, I'm going to cast Seem. So I see this all happen. I'm like, what's going on? I'm going to try to get... So I become Sophia von Schneestrom, and I like lean down and I'm like, okay, Reaper, I need you to act like a cat. And
Sure. Yeah.
turn Reaper into
Yeah.
the cat. And I just walk up to the guard. And at first, I'm just kind of like glancing over as I go to walk past.
The guard that's going to get.
The guard that's still posted there.
They haven't switched yet. The Auric has left to get someone else.
Yeah.
Veo has taken the opportunity to invisibly go in. And
Isn't there another guard there?
no, the other guard went with Pluto.
Oh. Well, then I don't even need to do any of this.
No.
It's just I'm... Okay. Sorry, I thought there was still a guard there.
No.
Okay, I walk over.
Okay. So you and
I don't see Veo because Veo's invisible, so I'm just like, oh, nobody's here. And I just...
The door opens. You're like, oh.
Yeah, the door, as I approach the door, I see it open, and I'm like, cool.
Okay, Pluto, you're doing push-ups in the snow. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Easy. Ready? Boom. 20.
Okay, you are there,
One,
bare-chested in the
two,
snow, doing push-ups.
1 arm.
4.
One helmet.
Yeah,
You still
yeah.
have your helmet on.
Okay.
You just hear a counting, a distant counting through the blizzard.
As Sebastian walks by the slit in the window, he's like, what? And he stops to watch for a second.
Okay.
Nice.
You're in the antechamber, where typically here, this dusty chamber, is where a court mage would hold their meetings with any dignitaries that would visit them. The banners and accoutrements of the Amethyst Academy do hang in this chamber, and there is a staircase that snakes up along the walls that leads to the upper and lower chambers of the tower. A thick layer of dust coats most of this room, but it is clear that someone moves through this chamber on a regular basis. Although nothing in the room has been touched, there's a clear, you can see the signs almost immediately that someone moves in here, goes upstairs and downstairs.
When I do enter the chamber, I do close the door behind me and lock it so that it looks like yeah.
Yep.
And I still don't know Veo's here.
And I'm trying to step, like I see the disturbance in the floor.
Yeah.
I'm trying to step in those
Okay.
spots just
I
to make
don't.
sure.
I'm not paying that much attention.
All right. What are the two of you gonna do?
Do we meet? Do I see you? Come on.
I'm like walk up past. You're probably like sneaking, and I just walk past you, and like go in. And I'm like, somebody's been through here often. What are these?
I just go, Sebastian. It's Veo.
What are you doing in here?
Doing the sneaking.
Don't sneak up on me like that. You don't just walk up behind me and whisper, Sebastian. Like, I just broke into this place. The door opened for me. I thought it was magic. And I walked in.
No, that was me.
No, you're not magic. Well, you are.
I'm like slightly magic. Here. And I pull down your goggles onto your face and I was like, do the thing. Pew.
Hey,
Hey.
what are you doing?
Sneaking in here to find out what they're hiding.
I mean, there were no guards, so I just walked in.
Yeah, Pluto distracted them, so I snuck
I saw.
in. Is he doing well?
Last I checked, he was at 5.
Nice.
So he's doing okay.
All right. Well, they might be distracted for a little bit longer. I don't know how much you can go past 5.
I locked the door behind us, so we should be good. I mean, if they
Okay.
come back, they're just going to see a locked door. Somebody's been through here.
Yeah, I can see through the dust. You're clearly not trying to avoid.
Oh, yeah. With my true sight on, is there anything unusual or is it a pretty standard?
So, having activated the your goggles of true sight, this chamber is entirely masked by an illusion. The dusty, disused chamber is an illusion for what would otherwise be a very impressive arcane library. There are cabinets. The walls are lined with cabinets. They're glass, and there's books behind them, and they're locked. But looking behind, you can see the spines of books of arcane lore that are all kept in place. Literally hidden in plain sight, were it not for the illusion that we're masking over them. One of the cabinets, also locked behind glass, contains vials of aqua delirium and material components for various spells of many different types.
Theo, I don't think we're gonna have to worry about the dust. I finally, as you point out the dust that I'm disturbing, I look down and there is no dust. And I start, well, for me. And then I start looking around the room and I notice this. And Theo, it's an illusion.
But they don't have a mage here.
Seemingly they do. And a very well equipped one at that. Some of these books, I approach one of the cases, are these like, would I know? I might not know the actual text, but this seems like high-end arcane books, I'm imagining.
These are spell books, like full-blown spell books that, and many of the titles, you do recognize some of the titles as ones that are actually rather common in the curriculum of the academy.
Knowing that there's an illusion spell, I don't have to spell magic. Is there any other way to sort of break the illusion now that I've acknowledged it?
Now that you know that it's there, it doesn't block line of sight for you. This was probably an illusion that was created by a permanent version of the major image spell.
You don't have a way... wait, you can pick locks.
Yeah.
You want to try to pick one of these cabinets open? I want to go look at some of these books.
Are the same cabinets in the illusion as behind it? Like, or is it?
No, essentially the illusion is making it look like just it's a bare wall.
Okay.
Well, a decorated wall or empty shelves.
Point me where it is so I can feel where the.
Can I
lock is.
guide Veo to a lock?
Yes, once Veo is able to bypass the illusion, once you're able to see discern the illusion for what it is, you can see through the image, and its other sensory qualities become faint.
Oh, okay.
So you can still it's kind of like you're seeing both the kind of the hologram of the illusion and the real world itself. Yeah.
Okay. I can gauge it. Let me try this, and then I try to unlock the cabinet.
Okay, it's not too difficult. What you realize, however, is that going to open the cabinets, and what you're able to see too, Sebastian, they're arcane locked.
Can I... What level spell is Arcane Lock? I can't...
2.
Yeah, but I can't...
Think?
I can't counter... I can only...
You could dispel an arcane lock, or you could open it with knock.
Or I think you just have to smash a door. We need Pluto.
You know what? I like how you're channeling my type of action there. It's just glass. What are you gonna do? This is glass.
I'm not strong enough.
You hear a faint 12, 13.
What? So there's glass. What do we see? I guess it's just the Academy books.
There's Academy books back here. Again, the vast majority are very clearly spell books and spell components. And you can see them through the glass that the cabinets contain a variety of spell books and tomes of arcane lore, and the material components for various spells, as well as glass vials and other accoutrements. This is, for a individual mage, this would be a fantastically well-stocked arcane pantry and a reasonable personal library for one's own personal study. Several of the other books that are behind the arcane lock shelves. It's not like there's a title on many of their spines, so what the exact contents of the books are is difficult to determine from just a visual inspection alone.
Outside of these, I guess, locked cabinets, what I want to look for is see if there's anything personal that indicates like who's been staying here.
This room itself, as more of a study and storage room, not too much, but there are stairs that lead up and down.
Ooh. Shall we continue exploring?
Do we, one goes up, one goes down, or do we stick together?
Stick together.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I can't yell pork chops all the way down if I get into...
I mean, I doubt anybody's in here.
Well, I don't want to set off any alarms or traps or... I mean, I am sneaky, but magic. You never know.
Up or down?
Up.
Yep.
Because if we need to go out the window, I can help us.
All right.
Yeah.
We head up.
Heading up the stairs leads through into a drawing room and a bedchamber. The illusion carries through over here, which is revealed by your true sight. What is an illusion is also supported by a physical change. Because up here in this bedchamber, the furniture has actually been draped over with sheets to protect it from disuse. So it's been physically draped over, but the illusion casts cobwebs, thick layers of dust, objects placed over top, making it look like there's more clutter and storage, when in fact just the sheets are here. And the room itself is actually quite clean, and in fact the fireplace, while the illusion makes it seem like it hasn't been used in quite a long time, seeing through it, it's a very regularly used fireplace with freshly stacked wood beside it. And as you enter into this chamber, your true sight reveals that this chamber is warded with a Mordenkainen's private sanctum spell.
Can you tell when a spell has been cast or no?
Can I?
No. There is in the chamber. There are several. It's a well-appointed bedchamber with a desk and private study. The large double bed with four posts, canopy over top of it, several chests of drawers. Everything, and in fact, it looks like, aside from the sheets that are put over certain things, that this could be used rather frequently.
I'm going to specifically approach the desk and pull the sheet off of it.
Pulling the sheet off the desk reveals that there are writing implements on the desk, and there are several other fresh pieces of paper, and the inks that are here could be used for arcane writing.
Any drawers on this desk?
Yeah.
Gonna start opening drawers.
Are they locked?
The drawers are not locked. Inside the drawers are several bottles of potions.
Get him.
I mean,
Yoink.
we could take them, but is our goal to not have anybody know that we were in here?
I guess, yeah.
What kind of potions?
That's the question.
Oh, Arcana check. 15.
They're potions, 2 potions of fly, 2 potions of invisibility, and 2 potions of gaseous form.
Listen, if we're in an emergency, if somebody is walking up those stairs, we're going to take the gaseous form. But otherwise, we probably don't want we don't want anybody to know we were here. We don't want anybody to... Don't give me that look.
But they're just there on an unlocked drawer. They're just in a
I
locked
kick
drawer.
the drawer closed. Vale, no.
You're gonna break the potions. Be careful.
Theo's thirsty.
Okay, fine.
Listen, I owe you a snack later.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we want to take the potions. Yes. I want to look below the illusion to see if there's any cat hair.
No, there's surprisingly no cat hair in this room.
0 cat hair. It's probably not.
I look behind you and I'm like,
Not in
"There's
this,
cat
not in
hair."
this bed chamber. No.
And you left some.
I mean, what? I don't shed that easily.
Pick up like a single black hair.
I'm like, give me that. No cat hair though. Interesting.
Were
Interesting.
you suspecting Von Schneestrom
Well, I mean,
and her unusual cat?
unusual cat. There's been no other signs that I could tell of magic. So
Is there anything here that might give us a hint on who's been using the space? Our prime suspect is Sophia.
I mean, she's at least gonna know who is in here. Whether she's gonna tell us.
48. 49.
Give me another Constitution saving throw.
18.
You're still good.
Go Pluto, go.
50. 51. 52.
One-handed.
I mean, you're going for 2 hours. I don't know how many.
I don't have to go for 2 hours. I just have to go until you leave the room.
That's
We
not
all know
really-
you're gonna do this for 2
Yeah,
hours.
really, Pluto? You're gonna.
Beyond this, examining around the room, and the only other things that are mostly here beyond the accoutrements of just home are the chest of drawers and the bed and the study itself.
Shall we go to the basement?
I mean,
The chest of drawers being separate from the desk.
Oh wait, no, it's
before we go to the basement, I just want to see if there's any like clothes or belongings in here that we can link to somebody. I'm gonna pull the sheet off the chest of drawers and start opening drawers.
The drawers contain a surprising diversity of women's clothing.
Queen of Thieves.
could,
No,
but
But maybe.
but maybe. No.
Maybe.
Freshly laundered and folded.
What kind, wealthy peasants'
Of
clothes?
various walks of life.
Like almost like an arrangement of
Costume?
costumes?
Your assertion.
Any hats?
There are hats.
How nice are the hats?
They're really nice.
I hate this.
listen. What if the alignment is to? Who else would have just random assortments of?
I mean, okay, we're jumping to conclusions.
Yeah, we are.
We already determined that the snow fox was the Queen of Thieves.
No, no,
There is-
that was not.
Oh, right, no.
It's-
Was Sophia ever wearing a nice hat?
She's worn very nice clothing, but not... And headpieces, certainly, but not a hat.
And when you say the clothing are from all walks of life, you mean like there's some ragged looking clothing here, but there's also some very luxurious clothing and
Yes.
everything in between?
When in doubt, like I've learned that the default here, it's better to be surprised that it's not than to be again fooled that it is.
It's good advice.
Just for prosperity, I rip the sheet off of the bed. Queen of Thieves bed? Is it just a normal bed?
It's a lovely bed. It looks very cozy.
Is there anything else in the trunk?
In the trunk, beyond the clothing, there is not.
You want to check the basement?
Yeah.
I close all the drawers, I put all the sheets back.
Okay.
We head down.
Was there a teleportation circle
That's what we're looking for.
in the
Oh.
city already or no?
No.
Okay. Interesting.
The basement appears to be a mage's workshop, but that's the illusion cast over it. And the center of the workshop is ostensibly a magic circle or was a pedestal for magic circles and creating those sorts of things. While the illusion makes it appear long disused, the illusion is in fact hiding a teleportation circle.
Can I jot down the code? I feel like I have a bunch of teleportation circle codes somewhere.
Because you have the book from the Queen of Thieves.
Teleportation circle 4.
Is it in there?
Emberwood. So I have Paradox Castle, Enigma Ziggurat, Inscrutable Tower, Emberwood Village, Refuge, and now I'm going to add
I guess
Helix.
my question is, in the Queen of Thieves book.
That was what was in the Queen of Thieves book.
Oh, so there wasn't one necessarily.
Were there any that you didn't recognize or no in the Queen of Thieves book?
I think I got them all. I showed them to the Academy,
Okay.
and they told me which ones they were for. So now we have added Helig to that, but just because the Queen of Thieves didn't have it in her book doesn't mean that she wasn't using it.
Or that it's, that she didn't know it, but she knows it now. Right?
Yeah.
We're getting head around this one.
This is going to be probably unlikely, but just for the sake of it, is there any way to tell when the last time a teleportation circle was used?
You would need to use divination magic for that.
I am not a diviner. More of a...
Yeah.
But I mean, it's
Very relevant. It's very technical.
It looks, from what you tell me, is fresh. Who else would have, why would they need a teleportation circle if they have no mages to use it?
I'm going to suggest something absolutely unlike me and completely wild.
I mean, it's kind of like you.
We put everything back the way it was, and we leave, and we think about what to do next.
Are you okay?
Listen.
Take your temperature.
Listen, the Queen of Thieves has got the upper hand on us every single time. Every time. We're not 100% sure that this is the Queen of Thieves, but I went from 0% to 75%.
I mean, we went way far on a fox in the woods, so I think it's not unlikely that we can't go right up to at least 90.
Magic potions, very important books, illusions everywhere, a teleportation circle that's been used, fancy hats,
Lots of different fancy hats and clothes.
costumes, disguises.
Yep.
We have information. The Queen of Thieves doesn't know we have this information. If the Queen of Thieves is infiltrating Helig, Wilhelm, Wrath, and Rudy could be in trouble. If Sophia is working for the Queen of Thieves, is it her that wants whatever's in the quarry, or is it the Queen of Thieves?
And for some reason to help her get on the throne?
Maybe she's trying to send Wilhelm to his death? I mean, these are all speculations. Maybe she's wants a nice hat from the quarry. I don't know.
Or maybe she's using them.
I mean, there's always a web. She has a web of lies, deceit, and illusions. And if she is controlling Sophia,
Or, not even controlling, in league with.
or
What if...
the Queen of Thieves has had puppets before.
Puppets, yes, but this is about power. If she wants the throne, she can't go against all the dukes and duchesses, right? That's how this works. That's why we're on this mission to go make peace with them all.
What does she have on Sophia then? What is she using to control her? Why would
She's
Sophia?
her cousin, isn't she?
Yes.
Family.
Jinx.
I owe you a snack.
Yes.
We need to leave.
Now.
Now.
Okay. Let's put this back the way it was.
We put everything back the way that it was.
I'm so visible, by the way.
Cool.
You've been talking.
I've been talking to... I mean, I have my goggles on the whole time, so...
Oh, yeah, true. You can see me.
But if anybody were to walk in, I'd just be standing there talking to nobody. As I'm going to go check the door that we came in. Does it sound like there's guards out there yet?
Roll a d6.
4.
Several of the guards are distracted watching Paluto doing push-ups in the snow.
78, 79. I don't know how quick you guys were, and I don't know how fast I can do push-ups.
You've been doing push-ups for like several minutes straight. Give me another Constitution saving throw.
19.
The guards are like, what? Like a small crowd is gathering, watching him doing push-ups in the snow.
As we sneak out, I stop by the window again for way too long to watch Pluto doing... I mean, it's a snowstorm, so I'm only catching glimpses.
Look at those back. Look at that back.
It is then that there is a bit of a commotion, for Reyna has returned.
Why is she back on?
And there is a general alarm that is raised to signal that Reyna, and you hear several guards calling out, "The druid Reyna is back! She's returned!"
Theo, we can't trust Reyna either.
Not yet.
Reyna could be the Queen of Thieves, could be manipulated by the Queen of Thieves, or could be just so friendly with Sophia that Sophia being controlled by the Queen of Thieves means that Reyna is also under the control of the Queen of Thieves.
Which means that Wilhelm's not safe with her.
None of them are.
As you head back to the courtyard, several of the guards recognize the group of you, and they say, one of them comes up and says, "Sorry to interrupt. Reyna's returned alone.
We need to talk to her right away."
She's in the audience chamber with the Duchess."
All right.
Pluto!
All right, show's over. Nothing to see here.
You just stop, like everybody was expecting
Get
2
up.
hours.
Yeah.
It's been like 15 minutes and you're just like, all right.
All right, we all know what this is going to do. Extrapolate, applause, and then I just start running.
You, as you head back towards the throne room of Helig, at the doors, as the guards let you in, is the cat that walks in with you. It leaps up towards Reyna, leaps up towards Sophia, who's seated on her throne, and Reyna eyes it, looks at you, and as Sophia picks up the cat, she hugs the cat and says, "Oh, you're such a nosy little beastie, aren't you?" And she looks over at the three of you and resumes petting the cat and turns to Reyna. "Reyna, where is my cousin?"
Reyna.
Reyna?
Right? Reyna.
Reyna says, "Now, we've run into a couple problems out there, so I came back as quickly as I could.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah.
I hope so, but they're out there in a snowstorm, and I think that we should get back out there to help them as quickly as we can."
Why would you just leave them out in a snowstorm? What was the point of leaving them?
They sent me back because they needed to investigate something at the quarry. There was something wrong. Something was wrong with one of them dwarves.
Sure.
I brought a stone from the quarry.
Oh, that helps. I won't rip our flesh off.
Oh, you get it, yeah.
I can teleport there if I have a rock. I mean, there's still a chance I'll rip our flesh off, but it's way less likely.
That seems good.
Yeah, smaller chance.
Yeah.
Reyna. You're, Rudy's daughter, right?
That's right, I am.
I mean, Be honest with me. We just met Rudy only a few months ago. She seems pretty like sketchy. Like
What? My mother ain't sketchy. She's the scariest woman I know, but she's not sketchy. Why would you say that about my mom?
mostly to get your reaction.
Goggles.
How long does true seeing?
10 minutes.
I put them back on and I look at both Sophia and Reyna and the cat.
The cat is not a cat.
Ah! Okay. Anything about Sophia or Reyna?
But they're both who they are. They're not disguised by any illusions. Looking at the cat, it looks exactly like Bruce.
Reyna, I take it back. Your mom's awesome.
Well, she might be in trouble. There's something weird out there in the snow, and the dwarves have dug up something that I don't think that they should have dug up.
Sophia, you mentioned we should probably do something to help Wilhelm, Rudy, and Wrath. You mentioned that was a family tomb and you needed family heirlooms from it, correct?
Yes, there's something very important to my family and to me that is there.
How long has this quarry been in your family's possession?
Longer than the history of Westamar itself.
Oh, interesting.
Just,
Long.
well,
It's a long time. I didn't know people could trace their families back that far.
Yeah.
some of the families of Westamar can trace our lineages all the way back to the Sorcerer Kings.
Interesting. Well, cool. Guys, I think we should go make sure our friends are okay. Anything else that you can tell us about this this quarry? Any, like, as a family tomb or crypt or heirloom bank? What sort of place is it? Is it obviously?
I've never been there myself.
No, but
I knew the approximate location of it,
Yeah.
thanks to some research of my own. And I had commissioned the dwarves to go out there and find it and dig it up.
Where'd you get this information?
Well, years of family records, old libraries, working with some of the druids of the area, and Reyna was very helpful in trying to figure out where it might have been.
Now, I'm just making sure that I know what we're getting into. If I'm going to teleport over to this quarry, I just want to make sure. So, when you say you were looking up family records and that it's family heirlooms, von Schneestrom or von Kessel? You're cousins with the von Kessels.
Reyna speaks up. I've been helping because I thought it was connected to some of the old ways. And I've been very interested in all those things. And I've been exploring up here for some time, trying to find some kind of connection to the old ways, and Sophia has a connection to that too. And so we had all these old maps and old records and had been looking at the writings of some of the old gods and where they kept their sites. And so I had found a couple different maps of holy places, important locations where people had been buried away. And what I gotta say is that I'd looked at a few of these sites myself. I'd found them, investigated them, and didn't really come up with much. It wasn't until we saw this one that we thought we needed the dwarves to help dig it up.
What about this one that made it seem like it was the right one?
It was a stone. It was a strange stone. That's why I brought the rock.
Well, we'll go check on our friends. Your castle has been lovely, but it's cold and kind of dreary here.
Should we send a message back to River or Eldrick to let them know what's going on?
Probably. The research into the old ways, I understand it. It's very interesting. I will just let you know that we're trying to make allies with Illyria, so they're not big fans of the old ways, Sophia, But, I mean, I'm sure we can talk to them. At least you're not
I'm not
a
big fans.
mage-born.
Right. I'm not big fans of their ways. Unfortunately, they're hundreds of miles south, and as long as they don't start sending their flame keepers to poke around up here, we shouldn't have a problem.
I'm sure they won't, and I'm sure that like we can all rest easy knowing that at least we're not trying to put any mage-born on a throne or anything, because then they'll just come in and murder you. But we'll avoid that, luckily. Anyway, I'm going to teleport us over to the quarry now. Have a good one.
Okay.
Did we get a rest before all of this?
I still have 20 temporary
Yeah.
HP. I don't know what from.
Those would be gone now.
Okay.
Basically, what I'm going to say is that you've been doing this investigation through the night, and so Reyna arrives back in the earliest hours of the day.
Okay.
Just as the snowstorm is starting to wane. And so you'll be able to teleport. If you want to teleport now there, you'll be able to arrive at the quarry essentially just before dawn breaks.
Anything you guys want to do? Can we huddle like outside,
Yeah.
guys? Pluto?
What'd you find? What'd you
Say,
find out?
let's teleport and talk.
We'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Reyna
As long
comes
as we're not-
bursting out the doors. I want to come with you. My mom might be in trouble.
No.
What?
No.
Well, I mean, we can do... No?
I don't.
Technically, he's the driver of his cab service, so like he gets to decide who
He
gets on and on
choose
the
who
bus.
goes.
You jerk!
Reyna, I think what he means is we need someone here to help. We can't leave the castle just all on.
Reyna, I have an important mission for you. Rudy, your mother, tasked me before she left with keeping our eyes on Sophia's cat. Can you do that?
You want me to babysit a cat?
I want you to watch for unusual signs. If I'm abandoning the post that was given to me by Rudy and the king, I need to leave that in somebody's capable hands. Thank you. That's way better than no. So we agree?
She is angry and indignant. Why did I give you that stone? Give it back!
No. I'm going to start casting teleport, linking hands with these two. All right, Rita.
Backing up.
Sebastian Crow, you're the worst mage ever!
But you have hurt. Wait, what? It's one action, so like 6 seconds, and I'm like, see you later, Reyna. Keep your eyes on that cat for me. We'll see you in a few days.
You cast the teleport spell, and with the link, you strip the flesh and the bone away from the three of you.
Less painfully.
It is far less painful than the first time, but still deeply uncomfortable and discerning as Sebastian's shadowy magic teleports you through space, arriving at the quarry just at the lick of dawn. You arrive to see the dwarven dig site. The strange arched ruins exposed, glistening with snow, and Bruce sleeping on top of one of the archways, looking over a grand fountain which has been opened up into a spiral staircase descending down. There is a bearded dwarf in a thick leather coat, upholstered with fur, goggles over his face, dragging out corpses and burning them. And as he turns to look at the three of you with a quizzical look, having you just appeared, that's where we'll end for now.
We haven't checked to see if he's burning our friends yet. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Hi.
Well, that is our game
I hope
tonight.
they're not a corpse.
I hope our friends aren't dead.
A big thank you, as always, to Jill, Kelly, and Joe for playing tonight.
And a huge thank you to Kyle for all of his amazing work behind the scenes, keeping everything running, and just being generally awesome. And a huge thank you to our Dungeon Master, Monty Martin. This has just been such a fantastic arc.
Yeah.
It continues to be
So
amazing.
fun.
I love it. Thank
It's
you.
really fun.
In our game tonight, we have the opportunity to use a variety of assets produced by talented artists. They've graciously given us permission to use them in our tabletop games, and we encourage you to go out and support some of these amazing creators. What you don't really see is Dwarven Forge, miniatures by WizKids, and Hero Forge, with character artwork by Elizabeth Perot and music by Tabletop Audio.
Of course, don't forget to look at the links below for our Teespring store. You can find all of your favorite Dungeon Dudes shirts. Check out bit.ly/Dungeon Dudes merch.
Our videos and live streams are made possible because we have an amazing Patreon community supporting our work. If you enjoy everything that we do on the channel, please consider becoming a patron of our show by following the links in the description below.
We also have a phenomenal Discord community exclusive for our patrons, so you can join us on Discord and chat with us about all things D&D, all things Drakkenheim, and any other TTRPG or fun topics that you want to discuss. So make sure to join us on Patreon.
And we got new videos dropping all the time over on the YouTube channel. Check them out on Tuesdays and Thursdays at youtube.com/dungeondudes.
And be sure to join us next Tuesday when we broadcast the campaign on Twitch. You can check us out from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. I'm very excited to see how this entire arc wraps up. But you can also check out the previous episodes of our show on YouTube and check us out as an audio-only podcast as well.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time in Drakkenheim.